Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Welcome to Track Talk, your connection coast to coast and beyond in all the latest news, developments, stake race analysis, and interviews inside the world of thoroughbred horse racing. From California to New York, Florida, and Kentucky, we have you covered. It's post time, live from San Diego. It's Track Talk. And we welcome you from a San Diego, California studio known as the WS Radio Network across the country and worldwide. We are on this Saturday, top of the morning, from all of us here to all of you out there on a very interesting week, to say the least. But the show goes on as we move forward, and we hope that you are safe from the Corona-19 virus that is the mainstay in everyone's conversation. So our thoughts are with you on this Saturday morning from all of us here at the WS Radio Network. Mary Rampellini joining us here live from Oaklawn Park on a Saturday morning. Are you there?
Yes, Felix, I am in Hot Springs, and it's a beautiful day here today. Sunny day and just a little chilly, but it looks like we should have a fast track.
All right, Espy, my man Espy up here wants to know, is there any people on the track at Oaklawn Park today? Because, he's thinking about flying in his private jet.
They have been racing, spectator-free since the day before the Rebel Stakes back in March. So there's no on-track availability for folks coming in. Yeah.
The casino's still closed?
That's right, Felix. They closed that down, I guess, around the same time. I believe it was closed Rebel Day, right on that same weekend.
So is the Oaklawn Park Oval open for the media, or is just select media?
No, we do have, special credentials to be there on the grounds for some of these races. But there are restrictions, like I can't be in the paddock area. You need to be affiliated with a horse, not only around the paddock area, but also, in the paddock. You have to be affiliated with the horse, and really not owners are really able to be down in there with their horses. It's simply the trainer, the groom, and the rider, of course, and then the valet saddling. So there's a lot of restrictions. There's areas where you need to have a viewing area to watch the race. And so it is a little different, but
it's strange.
The quality of the racing's not different, Felix.
It has to be strange.
Yeah, you were talking about Martin Garcia earlier as having a great meet here, and he said really something nice the other day when I interviewed him. He said, "We miss all the beautiful people," and I think that was really well said. Yeah, it is different, Felix.
Yeah. But Vic Stauffer, I gotta tell you, Vic Stauffer has made some tremendous calls at this meet. I know a lot of people take shots at Vic Stauffer, and his moniker is Goof on the Roof. But I want to tell you something. He really stepped up, and racing with showcasing with just 3 entities available, being Hot Springs and Oaklawn Park in Arkansas, Gulfstream Park down in Hallandale, Tampa Bay Downs, and then you got Fauner Park in Oklahoma, Remington Park, and some of the less obscure tracks that are still running their programs. So this is a time for racing, which they have not taken control, per my eye, of how they could really expose the sport to new fans. But just by accident, people might be surfing along today on Fox Sports 1, And I want to shout out to my friend Gary Stevens back there and Lafitte Pincay, who it hosted. We just had his father on. Stevens is a monster on the set there. Just really great insight. And Jonathan Kitchen, another one, great insight there from Fox Sport 1. Just a great job. And they're all social distancing themselves, so it has to be really weird. I want to get to you, Mary, in regard to a couple things. What about this pick 5 today? Do you have any singles in that sequence that you're really going to, zoom in and hope to get to the winner's circle?
Oh, let's see. What races is that running on? You're going to have to help me here a little bit. I've got some paperwork in front of me.
That's right. That's okay, because I asked Tommy.
It's the late pick 5?
The late pick 5, I think there's 11 races. It'll start in the 7th race, and this card's pretty good. Oaklawn hasn't really shifted on too much. And correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't the owner of the racetrack win a big stake race there at Oaklawn Park?
You mean recently?
Yes.
Lou Sella and his brother John, the family that owns the racetrack, won the nightcap on a big day, the Oaklawn Stakes Day that they had last Saturday. That was supposed to be Arkansas Derby Day, but they won the nightcap on that card with a nice horse.
Well,
yeah.
A great family that owns a Tommy Deal. We talked about Mr. Sella, and we had him on prior on this radio program, and he since has passed, but I think he was like 80 years old. He was from St. Louis, and he loved talking about St. Louis. And boy, what a great job he has done at Oaklawn Park. So, are there any horses that? Come on, Mary. Are there any horses in that pick 5 sequence that you got for us today?
Well, I'll give you a price horse, and I'm not telling you guys anything you don't know. But I do like Ollie's Candy in that Apple Blossom handicap at 12-1 on the morning line. I just like her, and I think one thing I've liked about her is, in talking to John Sadler, just as the meet's gone on here, because he has a division at Oaklawn this season, he's looked at this Apple Blossom for her, since we were talking in January. So I like that this has been on her agenda, which obviously she's a top-flight filly and mare, and this is a top-flight race, so that's not really surprising. But I do like her moving a little bit to a mile and the 16th off the mile start last time, which was her first out since the Breeders' Cup. This is a very competitive race, but, like I said, there's a lot of speed in here. Maybe she can just sit a little off that pace and make her run at them. But certainly there's room for a lot of good opinions in this race. And that's kind of from me stepping out from maybe kind of some of the more predictable type horses. That would be kind of a step out I took from a morning line standpoint. I like Shanghai Tariff a lot in the 9th. But she's, she should be favored in there. She's got a lot of speed, but she's also got a great record at Oaklawn. She's a real horse for course. She's on the rail there and gone. A horse I am a little bit afraid of in there is Mount Brave, who I think is about 10-1 on the morning line. I think she's the type of horse that could step up and run a very big race. She's situated outside of Shanghai Tariff, might kind of get a nice tracking trip there. So those are a couple horses that are maybe out of the box.
Yep. Shanghai Tariff, my man Fernando Dela Cruz gets the 1, as you mentioned. Mountain Brave is Ricardo Santana, Asmussen. Everybody talking about Asmussen in a big, long losing streak he had. He was like 0 for 58 or 0 for whatever. And then all of a sudden, bang, 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 he finds the winner's circle. He's been on a little tear lately, hasn't he?
Yeah, the barn's really been on a roll, and they had a triple. Oh, I think the other day, a triple the other day. Ricardo, alone as a rider, had a 4-bagger, some of those for Asmussen, on Thursday here. Yeah, definitely the barn is on a roll. And, you see often with Steve Asmussen's outfit, on these big days, they often really have exaggerated days. These are days that Steve's barn really zeroes in on. Of course, they have the quality horses. There's a lot of quality races on these big cards, and they usually shine on days like these.
Well, I love Asmussen. Tommy D and we had him on after a gun runner won the won the Breeders' Cup Classic here at Del Mar. Just one of our favorites. Hey, Mary Rampellini, Daily Racing Form, joining us. We just had Lafitte Pincay Jr., one of the greatest jockeys, if not the greatest jockey that we have ever seen on this radio program on this Saturday. Mary Rampellini, she's the Daily Racing Form correspondent, and she's centered right down in the middle of the storm, the core of racing as we have known to see it and to feel it right now at Oaklawn Park. The Apple Blossom, every time I hear that, I want to sing the old Tab Hunter song. I'll be with you in Apple Blossom time. Oh, where is Tab, our man Tab Hunter, at this moment here? Who do you like in the Apple Blossom, my lady friend, Mary Rampellini?
Well, I do like Ollie's Candy. Just
12 to 1.
That's the one.
That's the one. That's the one.
That's the one for me, and of course, Serengeti Empress. You got to pay attention to. Yes, Ollie's Candy is the one horse, and Serengeti Empress, who drew pretty far outside. Yes, you have to like her. And I thought maybe Come Dancing is a horse who might pop up and run well in there.
Got it. Mary, let me ask you this: any talk in regard to the Arkansas Derby going to be in 2 divisions?
Oh, there's always talk. Yes, Felix, there's always some talk about that. The noms are coming out, and there's certainly a lot of different horses pointing for that. As far as firm, strong talk and what kind of numbers they would want to see before that would split, obviously that's something we won't know till entry day. But, yes, there's always talk, certainly since that Rebel was split a year ago. Every 3-year-old stakes at Oaklawn comes under talk of a split.
Yep.
The maximum gate that they can have is 14 head of horses, so they'd have to draw a pretty good crew before the split talk.
Yeah, you got a lot of great horses there that all want to run. The money is good there. I had one more question for you. California, D-Day for California today, Mary Rampellini. They're going to meet with the health department here up there at Santa Anita in Arcadia to see if they could get back to running races and having, full schedule of, start to finish operations going into full effect. How has Arkansas shied away from not being asked to cease operations? Can you give us any insight?
Sure, that's a good question, Felix, and I hope things go well for everyone related to California racing coming up. But a couple things that they have done here, they've been, like we talked about, they've been very strict on simply kind of a new term we have now is essential personnel participating in the racing. So, horses coming into the paddock area, it's very limited, the amount of staff that is with them. Also, they started this quite a while back. Anywhere you come onto the grounds, whether you're coming into the backstretch or any area that you're entering the facility, you're going to have your temperature taken, and they're going to have like a wristband, different colors every day. So they're monitoring the temperatures of everybody coming in. Those are some of the protocols that they have. You certainly see individuals wearing masks. That doesn't seem to be mandatory at this stage, but those that are mandatory wearing masks are the gate crew and the pony personnel. Some of the grooms are choosing to do that on their own accord. But there are, that social distancing concept and just kind of limiting the amount of gathering of people. Those have been hallmarks, I guess I would say, Felix.
So have there been any concern in regard to will Oaklawn Park make it to the first Saturday in May, which is the Arkansas Derby?
Oh, I think, that's always a fair question because you don't know how this virus will twist and turn. What I can tell you, because I've been keeping up with the governor's office and their briefings on how that might impact Oaklawn, the state itself is running well below projections on where they thought they would be with cases. And I have not seen, from what I've been researching, any death from the coronavirus situation in the county in which the track is located. That's Garland County in Arkansas. So I can just tell you from a statistical standpoint, at this stage, they are running below case projections.
That's good news. So
yes.
You're looking forward to, racing really, alleviates the mind. It takes away a lot of, of the constant stress and pressures that we might have, and we get a chance to see it today. So what time is first post scheduled today there at Arkansas or at Oaklawn Park?
Yes, Felix, it's 12:30 Central Time.
All right, so that means it's 10:30 our time, correct?
That's right. Yeah. We'll be
that.
off and running soon.
Yeah, I'm good at those time changes, baby. All right, throw me those time changes. I know Eastern, and I know Mountain, and I know it all. Mary, thanks so much for joining us. Have yourself a great day, and we'll catch up with you real soon.
Oh, Felix, it was fun. Thank you. My best to you and Tommy.
All right, you got it. Toby Terrell joins us here on the radio from one superstar to another. Man, this is like celebrity radio today. Lafitte Pincay Jr. Well, first of all, Tommy D opens the show. Lafitte Pincay Jr., the greatest jockey of all time, without any question in my mind. He joins us on WS Radio. Then we have Mary Rampellini come on. She's the Daily Racing Form correspondent from Oaklawn Park in Arkansas, where all the action is. All righty, so we will check in with you, and we'll see you soon. Remember Track Talk Arkansas down there, and Toby Terrell. Where was Zap? Who knows? Tommy D, Lafitte Pincay Jr., Mary Rampellini, Francisca, top of the morning to you. TJ down there in Austin, Texas. Wade Taylor inside the studio here of WS Radio. I'm Felix Taverna. Have yourself a good day. Talk to you soon.
Have you tried DRF Formulator PPs at DRF.com? Take your handicapping to the next level with premium features not found in DRF Classic PPs, including one-click access to complete race charts, full-screen video replays with both standard and head-on views, add your notes for a card, horse, or trip, and access from any device. View Timeform US pace figures, get customized printing options, and so much more. Try DRF Formulator PPs today at drf.com/PPs.
Hi, everyone. Felix Taverna for Rough and Ready Moving and Storage. From down the street to across the country, if your move is too tough, you call Rough. That's my man, John Ruff, R-U-F-F, Rough and Ready Moving and Storage. Local or cross-country military moves, corporate relocations, packaging, storage. They have it all in the Temecula Valley. That's roughandreadymoving.com. That's Rough and Ready, R-U-F-F, and readymoving.com. When you talk about San Diego legends, you got to talk about Big John at Tip Top Meats, a European delicatessen unlike anything in San Diego. You know, it's located in Carlsbad, and traditionally, it's been a fan favorite for many. Big John does it right. With the holiday season just around the corner, it's your best bet. Big John, Tip Top Meats, and top shelf fish. I mean, that's a daily double. You've been there, you know, it's legendary.